Hello and welcome to this video. First of all, before we start the video, look at these new Client Engager t-shirts. Very happy man to have some nice Client Engager merchandise to wear for these videos. A week ago, I said this update video will be the last update video I do for a while because the team are working on some big new updates that will be coming to you end of Feb, start of March. Well, our lead developer has given us all a little surprise. We've now got 4 new updates which are all fantastic and they're all about pricing and how we price our clients within Client Engager and making that whole journey a lot smoother and easier. So let's have a look at what these new updates are and how they work in Client Engager. Okay, so not only have we got new t-shirts, we've got a new intro. The videos are almost coming across professional. We're getting there. So we've got some new updates around pricing and how we display the pricing information that's in Client Engager so we know what value our client brings to us, but also how we generate those prices. Well, version 1 of our pricing product was okay, it was functional, it was very powerful, but it wasn't very user-friendly. Well, version 2 is getting a lot better for usability. So let's have a look how easy pricing tool is now to use and what else we've got new in Client Engager for you, our users. Okay, so we're in our Client Engager. We've gone into a client profile. And first of all, you'll notice total annual fees have moved slightly. So they're up here, nice big bold, so you know what this client's worth to you on an annual basis. If you've connected your QuickBooks to your Client Engager, and you're pulling through the debtors information, so that's the invoices this client owes you as a firm, that will pull through here. But also now you can see which fees are being paid for annually, quarterly and monthly. So you can see here bookkeeping is being paid on a monthly invoice, VAT is being paid on a quarterly frequency invoice, and the rest of the services are being paid on one annual invoice. So this makes it really easy for us to see at what amounts we're billing this client on what frequency. So that's the first update, a nice easy representation of the fees and the breakdown of how they're being charged. Our second update is just above here. You're going to notice that our wizard for client info has changed slightly. So we've now got our client info, followed by the related individuals, followed by the related businesses, followed by what some is now new called services and pricing. So this bit is just a bit more of a better workflow. So we did originally like client info, pricing factors, then the individuals that are related, then the businesses, then the service information. So we just tried to make it a bit more joined up and get those dots a bit more connected through a straighter line, as it were. So we've updated our services and pricing. So we've now got a section which is all about our pricing and how we get to those prices, followed by a section about the service detail. And this is where we're going to set up all our frequencies, who's responsible for those tasks, etc. So this is pretty much the same as it's always been from before our pricing tool was built. So there's nothing major changed here. It's just a bit tidier because we've now got less information in each box. The major change is service and pricing. So service and pricing has changed because we've got rid of that pricing field section and we've now got each service. We will turn the service on. We tell the system what frequency we're going to be billing this service out at. And it starts with a suggested fee, which is our base fee. And then what we do is we turn around and tell it, answer all these questions. And what you'll notice is as we answer these questions, our suggested fee is changing. So maybe I've got a turnover of that. So that's our annual fee being suggested there. So now what we do is we press the green arrow and that populates the service fee. And we do the same thing for each service. We answer the questions and it will come up with a service fee. Now in this case, there's no formula behind it. So it's just coming up as 0 at all times. So this whole page is now a case of answering the questions that are giving us a key information to determine our pricing, populating the pricing, and copying that pricing, pressing that is the pricing we want. If it's not, we might want to edit it, and that's absolutely fine, we can do that. So we're doing that and getting it all ready to go. So that's the first 2 updates. Better displaying of our fees structure, the frequency and the amount in which services are being billed when, and a far better price calculating tool where it's a lot easier and simpler just to answer the questions specific to each service and generate and populate our fee based on the calculations being used. So our next update is around a new wizard we've created to help pricing formulas be a lot simpler. So if we go into a service that we're going to edit in the settings and we scroll down, traditionally up until now this is what you'd have seen. You'd have had to put in a bit of a formula like you would in an Excel spreadsheet and work out the fees. Well, now we've got a wizard that helps make it more conversational. So we've got a space fee, so we can say that's £40. Then what we wanted to do is multiply that £40 by the field value in annual revenue, multiply that by the field value in record type, and so on and so forth. And it's really, really simple to then just add a new level of multiplication, or we're going to add, and we might just say it's a number and we just want to add 10 to this. And basically this is building the formula that determines the price you're going to charge that is completely tailored to the client's circumstances who you're quoting. So hopefully this is a lot simpler than the advanced option that we had. But what you'll notice is I added this line of add number 10. Now in the advanced section, close plus 10. So this wizard is designed for linear maths. Take one figure, do this fit to that figure, then do this, then do that, and then do this. What the wizard can't do is it can't handle indirect maths. So if I take 10 open brackets 5 times 2 close brackets plus whatever, if I'm doing that more complicated mathematics, then I'm going to have to enter those still in the advanced option. So you can still do your brackets of whatever maths it is you want. If you want to do open and close brackets, etc., that's fine. But you can't put that in the wizard. You still need to use the advanced section for that. But we still have that ability for the more complex mathematics if you want it there. Okay, so the next update is in exporting data. Some of our users really like to export their data to manipulate it in Excel. So what we've done is we've helped build a more specific exporting feature, so you're only exporting the data you want to start with. So when you now click on export, instead of it exporting all that information that we hold for a client, which is this huge list, absolutely long list there, you can now build the export to just export what you want. And there's 2 ways to do this. One is you can click on a subheading, which then ticks everything in it, or if you only want 1 or 2 parts of that headings areas, then you just click on those parts that you need. The other feature that we've now built into this is you can now save this. Now I've saved this as my favourite, and this is I've called it my favourite list. You'll see here it's called there's something called shared, and there's a no share, there's a big red cross. If I want to share this report, this export style and format with my team, I can just click on the share bit, and that's it. Now when my colleagues log in and they go to the export menu, they'll see this fave list saved by me, and it'll have my initials here, so they can tell it's me who's done it. You can then delete this, you can override and edit the details in it, and of course you can just use this preset, which will then tick all the appropriate boxes, and then you can export it and it goes straight to CSV. Nice and easy. Now in my last video I did a bit of a section on our checklists and how we can now make those checklists tailored to every customer, which is fantastic. But the feedback we then got was, well, can we make it easier to populate checklists? So that's exactly what we've done. We have now got the ability to click on edit, And you've now got the ability to import. So I can import from another list either one section or all of it into my current list. So that's nice and easy. You can even select a list from a specific client. So if a specific client has got something on the list, on their checklist, that you want to import to other checklists for other clients or for the whole global checklist, you can do that now by just selecting which bits you want and importing that onto your list. So now we can build our checklists quicker and easier than ever before. So let's have a recap. So let's recap this. Let's work out what that tech team of ours has actually pulled out of the box that we weren't expecting them to do. We have got pricing tech breakdowns. So we can now see at the top of every client what services are billed at what frequency and for what amounts. We can also see what the annual fees are versus the debtors if we've connected to QuickBooks. Zero is coming soon, I promise. We've improved the workflow logic of our onboarding wizard for our new client. So we add the client info. We then add individuals. Then we relate it to other businesses. Then we're going to use another new update, which is the pricing calculator, where we select which services the client wants, we answer those questions, and we get our suggested fees straight away. And then we set our frequencies of our services, who's going to do those services, and carry on for our normal wizard. So that's 3 updates already. Then, to help making pricing even easier when we do it at the settings and the setup, we've got our brand new pricing wizard that helps basically go, here's your base fee, now give me a conversation of how you want me to work this out. On top of that, we've still got our really powerful advanced tool where we can start doing all those really complicated equations and brackets in brackets and all that different mathematical stuff to help give us really complex pricing, just delivered really simply for our new pricing tool. So that's 4 updates. And then we've gone from a brand new feature last week in the form of checklists and being able to tailor those checklists to your clients, to now being able to update and import sections or steps from other checklists into any checklist you need, making those setting up and duplicating checklists so much quicker and easier. 5 new updates. 5 new updates in the space of a week when I wasn't expecting anything for another 3 or 4 weeks. To say our tech team have been working hard is an understatement, so huge hats off to them. We hope you like all our new features. If you've got any questions, please let us know. All of these features I've just shown you today will be released in the next week. They may not look exactly like they do in this video because we are still tweaking through our beta testing, and we've already come up with some thoughts of how we can make it even better, make it flow even better. So what I'll do is once we've finalized it and we go public with it, I'll then do some mini videos on each feature, how it works and what we can do to use that in our practice. Thank you very much for listening. As always, we hope you've enjoyed this video with our new t-shirts and our new intro. And of course, if you've got an intro, we may as well have an outro. See you next time.